Is it morning already? Oh, right, I didn't really sleep. Well, what else is new, huh? Krampus. Krampus, look! The season is here! Hang on. I've got to wake you up. Krampus, wake up! Let's unplug you first so you don't get caught up on this. Oop. Come on down, you. Krampus, have you ever seen snow before? Do you know what day it is? No, seriously, do you have a calendar in there? Because I have no idea what calendar day it is. All I know is it's like day 12 or 13 or something. You don't care about any of this. You just are excited to be alive. Well, me too, at a time like this. Because it is winter. I guess the event is finally rolled around, and that is really exciting. I have always had a huge love for the look of snow in this game. So much so that last season we spent the entire time in the snow. Seasons are such a cool addition, although this is probably for the event. I noticed that some of these trees are looking a bit unsnowy, which is kind of strange because I know they can be. It feels like just last week we were dealing with the Halloween event, and just in general, the whole last quarter of the year feels so incredibly quick, like a blitz compared to how slow the first half of the year is. It's always caught me off guard. But anyway, hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Voices of the Void. And last time we spent a lot of time playing catch-up, and I guess the last part of our dream prophecy has finally come true. The snow has fallen. One could predict this by the simple passage of seasons, but nope, I think there's something more going on here. After all, it was right about everything else. You know, from down the hall, I always see the Art of Coffee up here as like a fish skeleton rotting in the sand. Maybe it's just me. We got a lot more cleaning to do, but we need to make up for the things we've been neglecting. Last time was all about making sure that everything was working properly, and now that we know that it does, we've got to do some exploring. We haven't done nearly enough of that in this season so far. Now we need to find some better adhesive for the glow stick. I say adhesive because that hook clearly isn't hooking onto anything. You know what? Krampus, in the spirit of the holiday, I've got something for you to play with. Look at this. How cool is that? Look, it even works at an angle, just straight forward from the point of its nose, no matter what. Wonder if you guys are made from similar materials, or if we can incorporate those materials. Anyway, you can play with that whenever you like. I know you're hiding hands in there, you're just lazy and you'll only use it for the one task you like doing. But yep, we have got things to do as usual. And that is going to be Romeo Mike Kilo. Look at that little hop, you did that unprompted. But yeah, you can more or less just chill here when I'm not around. I've got to go out there, and I'm going to be doing a bit of exploring, especially in an area that you can't really follow. There's a huge price difference here, and I have no idea what the quality difference is, so I'm going to buy the $400 medium quality camera. Okay, it looks like it's super compressed, and this is something that actually saves these clips to my PC, so it has incentive to be so. But we are going to try it, mainly because I want to have this sooner rather than later. I don't want it to be something that I spend a lot of time just saving up for. And I don't want to go all in on a mining rig and spend all my money on that. Let's experiment. Let's live a little, and let's do something new. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Oh wow, we've still got all the midnight stuff here. Okay, I'll have to clean that up in a bit. Video camera! Oh, I always feel so excited. It's like waiting for my Amazon package. There you go. Can we watch you go? The camera is not recording, you say. Oh, I have to use it. Which is a bit strange. I appear to be having an out-of-body experience with it, but look, we can record that way. And I can't put it down. Okay, capture paused. Alright, you know what? If we're gonna have some fun here before we go, we might as well have you awake for this. I've had a look at the hints and tips. There is a new entry for the video cameras. But there is something we can do about it, and a whole lot more. So let's grab this, thank you very much. And if we hold Alt, that opens up a whole menu from which we can begin recording. It takes a minute for this to fall off the screen, but here we are. My two bestest robot buddies. Alright, off you go now. Just another day at the base. Alpine Signal Observatorium. So, hello world. For whoever may see this, hopefully myself when this is all over. This is my home away from home. Or kind of just my home at this point. And this here is my kingdom. All these towers, all this forest, and let's not forget my concrete tomb. And my little robot buddy. He's new here, but he's learning the ropes. Proven to be quite helpful already. And this is my nightmare and my dream. And I hope that by the end of this, I'll show you exactly why I needed this video camera to document my travels. Oh, don't pay too close attention to what's in the garden, and don't pay too close attention to what's in... Huh. Little buddy, are you seeing this? I think somebody's playing a prank on me. Cannot open. Well, would you look at that? Okay. Somebody's really trying hard to prank me, but when I see that skull mounted at the top of the Christmas tree, I can't help but be reminded of the cabin. It's a funny prank to be sure, definitely Anna's sense of humor. But best not to look a gift goat in the mouth, right? And hey, it's starting to feel a little bit like home around here. Alright, capture pause. We're already 2 minutes out of our 12 minutes total. I wonder if there will ever be an option for us to increase it, but as one might imagine, not only is it deliberately capping the frame rate, in this case at 24 FPS, but it's also probably very hard on the system, since it is genuinely recording video. Very impressive feature, one that definitely comes at a cost. There's a reason more games don't do this. But if I place you down, you're still doing this. If we use that menu, carrying the frame assembler... Oh, that's for exporting video, but if we do that, then we can put it down. I'm still not entirely sure of how this thing works. It seems a bit cursed. But we can use it now. I wonder if that means we can have some sort of motion sensor to record things captured by the security cameras. But that's not going to be our problem for now. For now, I think we'll just leave this right here on top of the TV for if I ever just want to get my thoughts out. Dude, look at this! Well, first of all, it's a Nubis brand, just like the TV in the other room. They're our Panasonic. But look, you're like the little VHS-C cameras that I used to play with as a kid. That is so neat. And Krampus, maybe we can see if we can view that stuff on the computer? My frame rate actually has not really recovered. So maybe this will be something that we want to use sparingly. Look at that. Dude, that is so cool. That is such a convincing low-res emulation. That looks amazing. We can skip around as well, right? Oh, it sounds like there's even sound, although I've read that there can be bugs. Look, it puts a date, a time code in the bottom. This game is so sweet. This game is so sweet. I mean, look, we shouldn't be doing this all the time, not by any stretch, but I haven't been this excited in quite a while. Did you hear that? Hey, where is that ATV? Oh, right. Oh, right. We left it up at the cabin. Man, last night really was crazy. It's almost like the universe made it snow in order to make it up for all the harrowing adventures we've been through. We've been to other dimensions and back. And that wasn't even the weirdest thing that happened last night. Well, I guess that's a matter of perspective. I would have liked to have had the camera then. Oh, no. Oh, you've had your headlights on all night. Ah, the battery is run down. It's actually a miracle it's still going at all. Well, look, we have you for the duration of the day. We'll just have to buy another one and send the low one out. Hopefully you can still make it on this journey. And I'd forgotten all about this. Even with all that happened, we could have saved it if I had remembered where you were. Let's get all this stuff ready beforehand. This is actually a bit bad. This might prove to be something of a late night. I'd like to tell myself that that's static noise or some plant like bramble, and not an animalistic carnivore looking right at the camera. Or whatever device would have captured that. Anyway, we've got stuff to do. I'm gonna prepare this stuff preemptively because, like I said, we might be out later than intended. We can remove your battery. Field repairs. Next to the garage instead of in it. We can fuel you up, not just by touching you anymore. That was most of it right there. And now we can take you and put you in, and you should be good to go. I'm still confident that we can do this, provided I do still have the floppy drive. Great. Whoa! Oh, come on, you can't do damage. You can't penalize me when I'm dashing through the snow. Where's your festive spirit? By the way, having just played Home Safety Hotline, I can actually see these things taking place in the same universe, so I am very concerned about festive spirits, vengeful spirits, all kind of spirits. You know, I'm pretty sure I've been holding on to these arbutus berries since, like, episode 1. Have not found a single other bush. Now, granted, I haven't really been looking, but nothing's jumped out at me. Still, anytime I'm here, all I can think about is how we are just in the cave's neck of the woods, and the sun is fast falling. Part of what I like about this game is how there's room for you to have that place you don't like being after dark. You form all your own associations as you go. But, okay, that's done. Mike? Proving once again that reflections on ice can be just as pretty as reflections on water. Actually, wait, that's a really interesting effect that was sort of there for a second until we zoomed in. The reflection of the cables waving in the breeze sort of looks like waves on the surface of water. Little illusions in nature. Oh, hey, that light we see over there is the light from the ATM. Oh, it beckons me. Thankfully, these last two things are pretty close. SV target Kilo? Oh no, you're Kilo. SV target Mike. No floppy disk in the slot. What? Are you caught in a loop of going in and out? Okay, maybe if I eject you properly? You say the floppy slot is empty. Has it fallen to the floor? Oh my... I think I know what's happened here. I think I know exactly what's happened here. It's gonna be a reload. It's gonna be a reload, alright. I think it's done the thing that it's done in every previous season. That thing where it basically duplicates the building on top of itself. Wait, will the doors do it? No, the doors won't do it. But I think there's two machines here. Alright, let's try this again. We're gonna find out if this is a problem specifically with Kilo, or if this is something more to do with reloading the save, or the frame rate loss from the camera, or what. So if we remove you... See, I was always warned I had to properly eject my discs, and I never listened. Yep. This is a bug specifically with Kilo. Unless it's something that can happen, and happen specifically to me, but yeah. First of all, we just saw 2 of these for a second. But Kilo is officially broken. Possibly for good. It's not displaying any of the other issues with lights or doors like we've had in the past. It's just, it seems like there's either something wrong with the slot or 2 of these things in one place. Can you see this jittering? Oh, well, it's kind of gone now, but for a second, like, the UI was jittering, and this is Mike. Kilo is cursed, but I'm starting to wonder if there's not something to do with all of these. Target Romeo, SB request, and we're just going to do a subpar job and leave Kilo now, and probably forever, since it seems to persist through a save load. Given not only the anomalous properties of this facility, and the boredom and intelligence of those who came before me, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the server in Kilo isn't some kind of SCP. Something that was built as a side project to be the ultimate server that would never go down, and instead it developed sentience and is now pure evil. Of course, it doesn't really have many ways to act on that, not having arms and legs and all, so it just sort of corrupts your data and screws with you generally, in a very passive-aggressive way. Okay, here's the data speed shuffle. You arrive at the drone bay, call the drone in, run in here. Let's try and race the drone. Let's see how quickly we can get this done. Stick that in there. Viewer, we need... It feels so weird to only have 2. You and... Wait, what is that other bit of data? I guess we'll find out in a second. Because whatever it is, we're sending it out. You go in. Move, move, move. Now this first one... November. Okay. That's weird, so it's just not what they're asking for. But we've got it now. And what do you know, here's the drone. That was a weird little flicker that just happened. I think TR2 is probably very low, so we should probably make another trip out there. Howdy. There you go. And let me just get some more dirt for you before you go. I really think the guys at base would like some more dirt from me, since they won't buy my thingy leaves. If all is done rightly, that should get us a mostly completed job. And now I'm looking at it, I kind of think the next big project for improvement should actually be the garage bay. I mean, I always tend to think of it like, oh, it's supposed to be dirty, but it gets in the way some of the most of any of the garbage in the game. Wow, we actually got negative points for that. 9 garbage bags for 8 points. And those cost 2 points each, so it kind of matters what's in them, I suppose. Anyway, that's mostly good. Sounds of space are fascinating. We're back to Dr. Ken. Still, it is actually pretty cool. I've just realized that it gives us like a running tally, so we can see our list update as we send things out. Things are actually built better for incremental setups. Hang on. Did our mousepad always look like this? Has it been replaced? Evidence! Evidence! It would also pay for us to pay attention to how many writes are left on these drives. I actually don't know what happens when they run out. Knowing this game, they probably violently explode, but who knows. Signal's setting up. And here we go. The dirt on the window is so much more pronounced when I can actually sort of see what's outside of it. It's kind of starting to feel like vlogging weather. Hey, self-destroying trash! Wait, you know what? Krampus. You're pretty heavy, ain't ya? This is working. Yes, look at that! We can use you to move troublesome furniture. Look, don't ask me to explain the physics of it. All I know is it works. And since we're hunkering down for the night, I guess you can stay for a bit. Learn how the job is done. Let's go. I love it when it's winter with Christmassy colors. And a lot of that isn't even my doing. A lot of that is just what this panel looks like. I'm telling you, this stuff was all new last season, and it could not have come at a better time. In the morning, Stolas willing, we'll do some exploring. But, why don't we do a little bit of vlogging as well? So, hi, this is me, Dr. Kel. Stop. Oh, I see. It's 12 minutes all at once, not 12 minutes total. Okay, well, we're carrying this thing around everywhere, if I'm understanding it rightly. Wait, if we go to here, did that pick that up the way I think it did? Well, it heard me say all that, and maybe it's for the better. I'd kind of forgotten to clean the place up a little bit, and maybe there are certain parts of the record we want to omit. I don't know, man. Anyway, we should see if there are any... There goes that performance again. We can see if there are any servers down. Nope, well, that's good. TR check. Oh my... Okay, TR2 is in much worse state than I thought. Krampus, I am going to have to make a little midnight run, unless you'd like to come with me. That could always be a possibility. You know what? Let's do it. Come on, it'll be a nice little adventure. And look how cozy this place all is. In fact, how much light does that tree give off? I've just realized it gives off its own. Come on, that's atmospheric. That's got work after hours vibes, right? Come on, little buddy. Maintenance is not fun or glamorous, but it is part of the job. Ugh. I cannot get over how this thing just takes off when I push the gas now. Like, it's not even that I'm moving any faster when I'm cruising, it's just... You feel the force when it gets going. And it just handles subtly better even when I'm not using the shift for speed. Oh, right up there. Almost missed it. Krampus, you back there? Like I said, I get nervous when you don't keep up with my vehicle. Which is perhaps a bit of an unfair expectation to place on you, I admit. But I set these expectations because I love you, and I know that you're capable of achieving great things. Who knows? You could graduate top of your class from Harvard one day. You could be president. You could be 2 presidents. I mean, if you put on, like, one of those Groucho Marx glasses and nose combos, nobody would know the difference. Okay. Let's put this where we need it. 28 is as good as it's gonna get, I think. I swear these used to work better. I think Krampus is behind me. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't know why it's being more difficult in this build. Anyway, there you go. And TR2 is saved. That is how it's done. And now, the most important thing after saving the servers is to save ourselves from the cold, cold clutches of sleep deprivation. In addition to maintaining the machines, we have to maintain the workers, which are very often like machines and sometimes literally are. Ready to come in yet? There you are. Come on, I am already nodding off. Come on, in the morning we've got lots of exciting cleaning to do. I would be more concerned about you had I not already known I can't capture you on camera. which is a really interesting detail. Every playthrough of this is different, and it always surprises me just how true that proves to be. I'm starting to think about what might light a fire under me to make this cleanup process go faster, and I think it's probably just to go through and finally deal with all these piles of debris. I always think, you know, I'm going to take it incrementally, but what if I make it too much of a problem not to deal with? So much of this game and of life is coming up with strategies to motivate yourself. But can't do anything until we start working on more signals. A job that I always forget is mine. A whole lot of calibration needed. Just kind of feeling my way around in the dark. Alright, well, with all this going now, I guess that means we have the green light to start cleaning, don't we? All my stuff will be here. Dude, I am so proud of the job we've done. So proud. And we've got a lot more to do. Times like this, you don't even fear the dark in your base because you know it's locked down. And you know that if anything does come for you in the night, well, it's not of this earth and no walls or doors will stop them anyway. In other words, you need to learn to find comfort in the helplessness of throwing your hands up and knowing that the waves of fate will carry you where they may. Basically, it's all about pretending none of this bothers you, and maybe you'll convince others along the way. What happened to that shovel? Oh no, it's gonna be buried in the snow somewhere. There we go. Having a little garden is actually so worth it because it just means one less expense. Once you get it set up, you'll never have to worry about food again. Anyway, let's start doing all this. Oh, right. Speaking of expenses, we found a big old pile of coal in that basement downstairs, didn't we? Speaking of, there is actually a very good point that you guys raised about what we found down there. The architecture, I commented, didn't really look so much like a base, but more like an old crypt, and actually, you guys said that it looks a little bit like the architecture of the tutorial. There may actually be something to that. I mean, I had always gotten the impression that the tutorial was more than just a little gag, more than just something extra for the player to explore, and this may be the start of that bridge. Oh my, there is so much garbage just right against the door. Sort of suggesting that it was this way for a long time. Yes, yes, guys, I'll be cleaning your booth as well during all this, don't you worry. Oh no. Oh no, Krampus! I've dealt with this piece of crap before, and unfortunately, Home Safety Hotline does not operate out here. I find myself thinking of that more and more the more I play this. There goes my battery. Well, you know what? He can't get me while we're here, and at least we're in a better start than the very beginning, like we were last season. We can order the things we need. I can already hear him descending from Mount Crumpet, trying to steal all the gifts and decorations from all the little Who's down in Whoville, or something like that. I tend to get my legends mixed up. Oh, I want to grab from the Midnight Throne. I so want to, but I'm not sure if it's a good idea at this moment. You know what? Both of my batteries you can take. They're both empty. Everything else, it's gotta come with me. Let's bring that stuff in because we might be stuck out here for a little while. Yep. You get out of here. We're breaking lockdown for this, and that is the last thing I need right now. Let's just have this ATV ready to go at a moment's notice. We've got to keep an eye out. Up. I kept out! I kept out! I kept out! Curse, keep your head down. Keep your head down. We've got something to see now. See those eyes in the dark? He's making his way around the base. He's scoping me out from a distance. Walking off. Is it because we brought that thing in? That effigy on the top. I can't help but feel it's related. Alright, well, it's just like my old German grandma used to tell me about. Krampus only leaves if we leave him some alcohol on the doorstep. And even if it doesn't work, he'll hopefully be too drunk to chase us down. German Christmas traditions tend to get really weird. There's just a rumble I can hear the whole time you're out there. Okay, that's a firefly. For a second I thought that was lingering just a little too long, and I thought you were just crouched there in the darkness on the roof. That was... ah! But, I think you'd best be getting to bed. It's me he wants, so I'm not sure about robot uptime, but I know I was always warned that he comes for bad little boys who stay up past midnight. So you get the rest you need. Well, I'll get the rest I deserve. Eaten and cut food cannot be reused. Oh, silly dearie me. You're probably referring to the, organic trash. Yes, yes. Or who knows, maybe there's even still some slices of other foods in there. Hardly matters now. Oh my god. We can play this game all we want, but the way I see it, at a certain point, we are gonna have to get out there. We have still got a job to do after all, so I'm gonna hunker down, have myself a nice cup of coffee. Actually, I never finished this one, so that's helpful. And we're gonna start brewing, I guess. Okay. Well, with that being the case, let's go ahead and enable the fishbowl. If he wanted to come in and get us, he would have done it by now. That bucket is spilled. Now we just need some bread. Oh my, the hard part is going to be getting out there to retrieve it from the drone bay. An unknown red object. If I hadn't known better, I would say it was a planet rich in iron. But if the console doesn't know, then who am I to judge, right? New signal. Okay, let's save you. And start that processing up. We're gonna have to make this quick. Hopefully that noise doesn't draw it in. Grab the video camera. Just in case. There it is. What am I doing? Grab it. Okay. Close. I hope this is fast enough. If not, maybe if I come over by this door, that'll draw it away. I love how you probably can't even see it on that footage, so this just looks like paranoid scrambling, and I love it. Alright, it looks like Krampus didn't make it in, so that's all good. Meanwhile, we can start brewing in our little bucket. There we go. Oh, right. We need some sugar as well. That's continuing to go. Well, luckily, we don't have to go too far to get some. I just wish I had kept a little bit in reserve. It is far too expensive for us to just order. And by far too expensive, I mean, I don't want to. This is the stuff you end up dealing with in this game. These are the problems that just emerge, and if you're not able to take it in stride, you're gonna have a much worse time of it, let me tell you. Hopefully you can be distracted by the noise out there. The towers are about to start turning. Oh, There we go. Come on. Okay. Where is it? I am very interested to know where it is. I need to know I can close the door behind it. Oh, wait! Chase me this way, chase me this way! It's taunting me. It's just dancing back and forth. Okay, in we go. Getting sub 30 FPS right now. I hope the recording of this video is okay. Okay. Now, alongside our paper scrap, I really hope this is still enough. We can make a sugar bag. But this one isn't for selling. This one is for brewing. And I'm aware this is something we could do for ourselves at any time. This also doesn't sell well. There we go. Okay, you see those bubbles? It looks like it's working. We should document this process. Hang on. You still out there? Oh, I can't see a thing. I caught a glimpse of your true form. That's a quiver on your back. You've got a very muscled body and the head of a goat. That unknown is done. Okay, we've got to order something more. I'm pretty sure you won't accept it in a bucket. I think you'll only drink out of a jar like a classy gentleman. So we need to grab that. Oh, come on. I've noticed these things have a harder time coming out of the slots these days. Like a gambling addict. Help us, it is everywhere. Everyone is dead. Help us, it is everywhere. It's a distress signal, but what is that? I mean, it could easily be lines, like, taken from above, almost like crop circles. But to my untrained eye, it sort of looks like a smiley-faced figure with white-gloved hands like Mickey Mouse. Whatever it is, it devastated a civilization. I never know whether to laugh or cry or scream in this game, and that's part of the appeal, isn't it? I think a huge part of horror is simply not knowing how to feel in a given moment. The simple fact that this game is able to be so many things sort of lends itself to the horror, whether that's intentional or not. We're dealing with friggin' Krampus, and it's the creepiest and comfiest thing that's happened in this entire series so far. This season, anyway. There we go, 100. No, seriously, when there's something out there that can't get in here, I never feel better, especially with the snow on the ground. I can just imagine feeling your blades piercing my skin the same as I would feel the cold making me shiver. And yet I'm warm and unstabbed in here. All you can do is seethe about it. But you're not going to be seething much longer. Because I'm going to be seething if I can't do my job. So we're going to order you a clean jar. Let's go. That's what I get for staying up after midnight, huh? That's something we're gonna have to think about, because if we don't do the same again tomorrow, you'll be back tomorrow. It's actually kind of ridiculous. And while the Halloween event was a separate mode, the Christmas event comes straight for us. There is no hiding from Krampus. This was the entirety of the first episode of the last season. And back then it was even worse because I had no idea how to deal with it. In a lot of ways, returning for new seasons of this feels like I'm a horror protagonist in a sequel. Like I'm Ellen Ripley in Aliens or something. I know just what to do, and I just wish everyone else would listen. We are gonna have ourselves some more coffee in a moment. But not right away. I think we've got enough video of Krampus, but we might actually want to run around out there a bit. Take that jar. Back in. Nope, closed. I don't trust this. I'm not gonna lie, I gave myself a little jump scare when I backed in, and out of the corner of my eye, I just saw the yellow lights of the tree. The very thing that I'm sure invited him. Okay, now we begin our offering. This is the ritual to lead him on. Now that we've got our alcohol, we fill a jar. Jar of alcohol. And all we need to do... Let me just make sure I remember how to place things. Now let's see if we can document that. Oh, this won't be a good angle. Where is he? Huh, perhaps he's shy. He's like Santa in milk. He won't do it when I'm looking. What, now that I do what you want, you're nowhere to be found? I just had to learn how to become a moonshiner for you. Okay, we're gonna go drink that cup of coffee. Hopefully it's not too late. And I'm gonna try to get upstairs. And if you take it while I'm away, so be it. Ow! Come! What? I cannot stand the way these doors work. And what counts as an impact. The jar still remains. Yet you do not. Come on, man, I can't save until you take it. This is a surprisingly tense cat and mouse game, and once more, it seemed pretty clear to me you weren't making a beeline straight towards me, at least not at first. You were setting up a tramping ground, making it clear that I was boxed in, until I follow your will. This place is an open prison, one that wouldn't look like one to anyone else. Now the lights are turning out as daylight comes, but daylight's not here, so that's no real comfort. Krampus, I hope you're appreciating the sleep you're getting. I'm gonna need to eat soon, too. Jar still not taken. Krampus still nowhere in sight. Does he show up on radar? Does Krampus show up on radar? If he is out there, it's so hard to tell if he's moving. As we get hungrier, I'm starting to worry we may need to use ourselves as live bait. Alright, we're gonna grab a knife. We do have an axe also. Maybe you need to be brought down a bit more. Nope, don't pour out. Come on now, are you or aren't you around? I need to grab a watermelon. Oddly enough, these little excursions with danger make it all the comfier. But that hits the spot. Oh, Watermelon is a beautiful fruit to have right now. Certainly better than the stale MREs. But what the frick of Krampus? I had this problem last season too. He just didn't want to show up once I got him the alcohol. I don't want to sleep. I can sense something. Yeah, I know. I cannot save nor sleep until this thing takes the bait, so what's the problem? I guess I'll just get some cleaning done in the meantime, but if this doesn't work out, I'm gonna have to make a run for those towers. Our daily task is Mike, Romeo, Oscar. A lot of the same ones as yesterday. No signal out here? Well, who needs it? Kel TV is live, and we have already got far more compelling footage than anything else. I scared myself with the shaking of the screen. Our last clip should have a lot, right? So just making that. Looking out, can we see anything? Oh, it's so dark. I thought that was it. I thought we had him. But we can't seem to see his eyes at all. Wait, what? That flashlight doesn't do much, which realistically I know that it wouldn't. This would be far underexposed if it was this dark to us generally. We didn't get anything, but you would think we would be able to see the glow of his eyes. I'm not sure he shows up on camera at all. Dude, where are you? With the sun coming up, I'm gonna have to head out again soon. Come on. I see the radar contacts. I know he's out here. What if I leave it right at the gate here, outside of the base? All night you wouldn't leave me alone, and now you do this? There you are. And the drone is coming. Wait, the drone is coming. No, get the alcohol! Get the alcohol, dude! Okay, well, screw this. I know for a fact you're unstuck now. Climb up. Oh, yeah, ow! Come on! Okay, go, go, go. I know you can reach the alcohol. Ow. Are you gonna take it or what? I'm pretty sure I can still see it over there. I need to bandage myself up. I'm pretty sure there's first aid around here somewhere. Yeah, right there. Bandage. There we go. Thanks for the help, guys. Although that delicious sushi might actually be just what I needed in this moment. Hang on. Let's take it to the break room. We're gonna have to clean all this blood up out of the carpet. Hey, Max and I stashed some of your favorite sushi rolls in the D-drone, behind that old Conrad's back. Not cheap buffet either. You better appreciate it. So, keep at it, and good luck, I guess, Mushery. Inara and Maxine. Well, I'm glad to know somebody's thinking about me. Unfortunately, I'm just a little not hungry. I gorged myself on watermelon last night. And we need to tell the drone to leave us alone. We need eyes on Krampus. Have you taken it? You have not. But it seems that either way you are satisfied. Come on, seriously? What do you have to do to make this work? I mean, I guess we sated your bloodlust, but I still don't understand why this isn't working. I don't know if it's bugged or if there's a specific way you have to do it. But all that for nothing. Well, we'll keep this for if you decide to come back for round 2. And that's a very likely event because we are not done by a long shot. I'm kind of tempted to stay up tonight just to spite you. Little guy, you would not believe the day I've been having. Unfortunately, this rest is gonna have to be short-lived. I feel bullied. I mean, for all I know, Anna and Max just wanted to see Krampus for themselves and sent the drone so I'd be forced to come out and stop for a second. You never know with these people. I like to imagine that this is an entire organization of people just like me, and all of this is just their way of hazing the new guy. Like, they know about all of this stuff, and they just want to see me squirm and scream. Maybe I'm the star of Kel TV. Maybe it's a Truman Show-esque delusion. Except instead of being delusional, it's just real. Which, you know, kind of kills the point. But the joke's on them, because if anything, it's just giving me a chance to show what a model employee I am. No matter what horrors await me, every morning I get up, brush myself off, mop up the blood from the night before, and go back to work once more. I think I understand this game now. So A minus B equals 0, 0, 0. So 1 minus 1 would be 0, 0 minus 0 is 0. That would all work, right? Meanwhile, A times B equals 1, 0, 0. So 0 times 1 would be 0. Something can be correct for one thing, but probably fit better for another, because other than you, there's nothing times itself that gets us 1. So 0 minus 1... Actually, this table is more helpful than I thought. 0 minus 1 would equal 0. So you would fit there. But actually you're better suited to over there. You work there. And you work there. Okay, I do understand this minigame now. I actually understood it a bit better in editing. And here's the classic. Yeah, I was really nervous when I saw the new minigames, but I haven't really encountered one that I wanted to turn off yet. There we go. You know what? No. We've got to document some photo evidence, right? Oh yes, that's what that's a picture of, primarily. Primarily, it's a picture of a mushroom. Can you believe this is the sunrise of the same morning? All these terrors come and go, yet we persist. It's actually kind of motivating, isn't it? Oh, hey. Our blood's here at Romeo, too. I'm sure that's from a failed landing. But the longer we stay here, the more and more this place is starting to be saturated with our blood. And I didn't notice it here yesterday. I don't know. This place is clearly taking a physical toll as well as a psychological one now, and... Well, am I gonna be compensated for that, or what? Doesn't feel like I'm being compensated. I really doubt it. The only compensation I've had is the vindication from the video evidence I'm capturing, and even that doesn't really feel very vindicating lately. Yep. And target Oscar. But there's something else I want to do while I'm out here, a way to extend the trip. You know what's cool? Using nails, you could probably mount this thing to the ATV and sort of use it like a GoPro, right? Oh, the possibilities for this are endless. So many of the features in this game are just adding some very open-ended tool and saying, go nuts. The community, who most certainly will. Now that that's done, is there anybody down right now? Oh, please don't be another one of these. Thank you. Nope, still just Kilo that's cursed. Whiskey is down. That's a bit of a long way out. We'll have to do it. Sun's starting to set already. We haven't heard any issues from these coordinate towers in a long time. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't keep a reserve of fuses, probably. You never know. But instead of turning around and going back, we are continuing in this direction. Up and over the fence! We took some damage there for some reason, but we free-willied that. This is why we need GoPros. Berries. White berries, bad berries of death. And other things of death. This is going to be our footage for today. I really like the start and stop feature, being able to break it up so that we don't have to wait for that loading all the time. It feels like I'm shooting one of my Urbex videos. Dr. Kell here. When I first arrived, I noted the presence of this restricted area, but it seems to be within the bounds of the park, and technically within my responsibilities, so clearly that doesn't apply to me, right? I wasn't recording the end of that, but never you mind. This log goes through. I am now inside said restricted area. Right across from Tango. What is this? It looks like some kind of old Western American fort. Or something. I've stumbled upon something extremely interesting here. Oh, this wall completely surrounds it. And it's just a stick. Dr. Kell, it's just a stick. Can I find the stick? Sadly, I can't, it seems. I'll pause the recording and let you know if I find anything. There's a whole gate. It's overgrown with moss, like it hasn't been opened in decades. Come on. That's all I can get it open. Look at this place. It's a whole little village. From what era, I don't even know. Look at this. A fire in the center? Maybe for some kind of ritualistic or even practical purpose. This is an incredible Urbex spine, or I suppose by definition, Rurex. Very Rurex. Look. Look, look, look. There's some symbols painted on this building over here. Look at that rooftop, the way it ends in a fine point after its curve. Shelves. This must have been some kind of storeroom. Why would this be restricted? Well, I can certainly see why. I'm probably trampling over all kinds of historic artifacts. Who knows what could be contained in this soil? Huh. This must have been some kind of religious site. Has a rooftop collapsed made of wood, or was it never here to begin with? Now that is interesting. This statue seems to depict some kind of six-eyed goat creature. And those symbols on its belly, could those be planets? The solar system, even. I can't help but think of the statue of the goat on the opposite mountain besides whiskey. Well, these pens presumably would have contained animals. Oh no, farms! Look, there's even an old rake! Huh. They're so bent and misshapen, even for the time, you'd think they were made by the cows themselves. I am having a nerd freak out here. This is so cool, and it's a little bit terrifying. But look at this, actual historic exploration right here in Voices of the Void. This game does have everything. Hang on, this is a little less lighthearted, a little less whimsical. Etchings in the floor and blood. It looks like people were made to stand against this wall and then something happened, like some kind of ritual sacrifice? Okay, it's getting very dark. Note the symbol on the floor there. Maybe I'll do a quick pass for some stills, but I kinda feel a little spooked, to be honest, so I'm gonna get out of here. Dr. Kell out for now. Okay. Let's take a few stills for the road. Just a little bit of documentation in case I don't get back here for a while. I swear I keep seeing movement, like things dancing in the shadows. The sun's not even fully down yet. I don't know, it's like the darker it gets, the more I can feel eyes on me. We haven't been in every building yet, but I think I should probably get going. The job. Oh man, I need to get out of here before dark for real, because I'm going to be stranded here. I'm not going to be able to find the ATV. There it is in the distance, man. It seems so far away. I feel like I'm Ichabod Crane right now, and I need to cross the bridge. Let's go. Yep. Ow. Just add it to the ever-growing list of bruises. This game went from kinda silly creepy to creepy in a real big hurry. Alright, ow, oh my, that scared the bejesus out of me. Let's get out of here. Arbutus berries? Nope, those white bad berries from before. I want to be home before it gets dark. Of course, sometimes I don't mind having a little more ambient footage. After all, we need B-roll for how this is all going to edit together, right? Why does this feel like the kind of footage where you see some shadowy figure staring at me from the trees later on? Real conflict of interest here? What are you doing out here, Fred? What are you doing out here? I certainly didn't put you here. base is still locked. Was he on a stand, actually, now that I think about it? You guys see anything? Was somebody here? Am I missing anybody? I remember I righted you earlier. Things are getting too weird in this part. Part of me feels like I should go document that, but the other part of me feels like I just want to stay inside and get cozy right now. And that part of me is one I'm more than happy to let win in this moment. We've still got some time. We've got a new signal. We've already got all we need. Why mess around, right? Meantime, we've got a planet we can listen to while we load all this up. A wind from space, cool. I'll light a candle to that. Oh, I cannot wait to look at this footage. Man, my interest in this game has just doubled, if that is at all possible, because now I can roleplay as me, exploring around, speculating about the past. And for as many over-the-top events as there are in this game, you know, that was a holiday event. But this is just part of the world, something for us to come upon and think about. It would actually make a great place for a camp out, wouldn't it? Oh, but what am I even doing? I need to remove that and make sure that zip drive is ready to go. I'm too excited right now. I'm a kid in a candy store. A terrified kid in a candy store. There are so many different kinds of breath from space, aren't there? I think we should definitely make sure that we're in bed by midnight this time, because I'm planning on a spooky little sleepover where I have a look at my own footage. After all, the best part of any Urbex is looking back at your pictures and videos and reviewing the digital loot. It feels really satisfying to have a full house, everything ready to go right away. There you go. And, nope. There you go. And there you go. Is that everything? I believe it is. Goodbye. We're locking down. Krampus. Wake up. I really just wanted to see you do that. Come on. We're gonna watch some home videos, okay? You're in some of them. Seeing you ascend those stairs that way was both a little creepy and cute. Let's have a look at this and make sure we don't lose track of the time. Huh, looks like our monitor has been knocked offset a little bit. Yep, you're giving me that same canned, disturbing find email, huh? But it looks like we're all good on this stuff. Now. Now. Our little movie, right? Things are just so dark. But look at all this. I mean, it may only be like 480p or something like that. We're gonna have to check just what the higher quality camera gets us. But if it doesn't have better exposure, it's not gonna be worth much. Oh, here's the part where we go inside. Those deeper shadows make it look so much more foreboding than it was in real life. This is so awesome. The experience of watching the video back, it's not exactly the same as just playing back being there. It actually has a distinct feeling to it, and, well, I'm here for it. There it is. The light falls on it, so there almost seems to be a glow from within. Let's skip ahead a bit. I can hardly see anything in here, but the blood is distinct. We'll probably have better luck with the photos, right? No. Wow, is it just me, or is the flash really not behaving as it used to? I mean, maybe part of it is just distance, but everything seems so much darker. It's like everything conspires to make sure we don't capture what we're looking for, what's right in front of us. But I'll tell you one other thing that's really been bothering me, and part of the reason why I got out of there so quickly. That blood looked way, way fresher than the rest of the structure. And I can't help but try and think of other explanations than it still being in use. And the angle of us knowing about this adds a whole other dimension. With all the trouble we had in the beginning, it almost feels like the season really starts now, but if you do consider it there, what a start. Also, I'll tell you what, the reason why my little vlog didn't work earlier was because I was looking at the oversized viewfinder that these used to have and thinking it was facing me. That explains why it was facing the corner. Why don't we try again? Turn this on for light. Oh my god. Dr. Kell is a vampire? What is going on with this? That's weird because we used to be able to see ourselves. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, look, you see? Hey, was this something that we used to be able to do in corners? I actually don't remember how this worked. Maybe there had to be an object we were holding. Nope, you don't have to come up. You don't have to come up. Come on, we're going to bed. Wow, that is some advanced darkness. Some real advanced darkness, but so long as we're sleeping, when the clock strikes midnight, we should be all good. Krampus avoided, I think, and the darkness fades. Just as it always must. Ah, there's the drone right now. It's become very clear just what horrors lurk in this park. Actually, what am I saying? Nothing is more clear to me. In fact, I've never been more confused in my entire life. But we have much more ability to communicate. What's wrong? Hello? Hang on. I gotta get Krampus for this. Open up. We have so many data tapes. Okay, Delta Sierra Kilo. Oh my god. Why does it keep coming back to Kilo? It doesn't work. And it's really offering a lot for the satellites. This planet is done. Space, but right at the end there was something that almost didn't register in my headphones, like a high-pitched wailing in the distant background, like it was covered, overpowered by that bass. Eat a little more of that sushi. Look. It actually restores our sleep a little bit too. That is cool. But what am I talking about? It's Christmas or some ancient pagan holiday I'm not aware of, and I'm probably earning the ire of horrible spirits from. Come on, what are you doing? Wake up, it is Christmas. You should be the one waking me up. There we go. Alright. Come on, let's get out the Christmas axe and see what we got. Ah! That caused a full body freeze? Look at you! Nort's toy! Look, just for you, this is so cute! Oh, you can play with this whenever you like. Points sack? We got 5 points. Let's see what else there is. We got a chair and a plant and an egg. Okay, well that's going in the fridge for later. Maybe we can do something with it. But look at that, plastic plant! Plastic plant! Okay, this can go right here. There you go, that's for Melvin and Clyde. That metal chair is for me. That actually has tremendous use, especially later on in the game. There we go. A tinfoil hat. And bread! Yes! To replace what we lost, getting rid of Krampus. It's almost like an apology. Nortstoy, I'm not quite sure where to put you. You can be a bit of a mascot for now. I only ever opened one of these before. A car tire? Car tire? No, 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 that won't do. This is a Christmas wreath. Goes right here. First I'm gonna need to get some nails. Seed for big bush. Okay. Oh, they knew I'm a farmer. That's cool. Whoever they are. I got a rock. And some coffee! Ooh, and a rusty military knife. We can use this for all the horrors that come here. You know what? I think that one's for you guys in your defensive role. There you go. And look, you even have a convenient window for stabbing unruly guests. Oh, hey, there's one more hiding back there. Yep. Don't knock over the tree. Let's go. Whoops. You know, it's worth noting that the base is locked down. He does exist. Those M&Ms were right. Whoa. A shelving unit! I have never been this excited to get furniture for Christmas. Granted, I would be very excited if I got furniture for Christmas. But look, we can leave that here for now and think of something to put there a little bit later. Like, for example, a tinfoil hat, which has come to be a perfect symbol of our place. I've already got one. Ooh, we've got more of that. More points. This has been a wonderful Christmas / ancient tradition. Coffee chocolate bar, and 2 of them too. These are great for staying awake. Oh boy, I can hear something. Whoops, I did not mean to drop that egg, but I do mean to clean this place up, so whoops. Pretty strong for an egg, pretty fragile in general. What's happening? I had actually heard from you guys back in episode 1 that I think you'll refuse to sleep while the fridge is open, which is kind of funny. I'm not sure that's what's happening here, though. Huh, or maybe it is. Dude, look at this. Just staring down the hall, silhouettes in the booth, and shadows going around the corner. I'm so glad that the pace of this game has been slowed down so that we can just indulge in this for a bit longer. Sure, part of it may be bugged events, but, well, certainly some events have been happening. We've learned that the save isn't completely broken, and I'm gonna milk it for all it's worth. And actually, I am seriously considering what I said last time about potentially streaming ambient mode, because for the longest time, one of the reasons I didn't stream was because I do so much like post-editing for my mic, but I have one now that probably won't really need that, that I bought for actually making short films. And so maybe streaming will be a bit more viable now. Oh my... I just opened the garage door so I could get at this stuff. Okay, well, we're too close to abort now. I never thought I'd see the day where we'd have a mostly clean garage bay. But we're doing it, little by little. You're... not a fan of you. Tell you what, we can keep you in jail. Put you there, and send you upward. You'll be trapped in a cage. What am I doing with my life? Hey, why'd that door open? What's... Nope, no. You managed to get out of there, and you knocked all that stuff down. Wait! You guys don't just teleport off screen, you move actively. And it's not just the little wobble you do when you're spotted. No. Not allowed. Go home, Roger. More than one. What do I do about this? Take an axe to him is what I do. And you. That may seem cruel, especially on a night like this, but, well, past seasons are any indication. That doesn't mean much to them. The wind is extra pronounced these days. I've never even cleaned back here. I don't believe it. Out of sight, out of mind, I guess. But yeah, this is probably one of the cleanest garage bays we've ever had. I don't see any need to stop here. Scrub these floors. The worst of it goes pretty quick. And yes, I did even promise that I would clean your space, Melvin and Clyde. Corner clear. Garage bay, oddly clear, although there is a metric ton of scrap to work with. I'm gonna have to move a bin up. And even your little neck of the woods is pretty clear now. Look at that. I really feel like we've made huge leaps forward in terms of progress. Well, it's the holidays. I'm in a generous mood. That made a weird sound. Did you guys let Predator into the base? You better not have. But yeah, it's like I can feel my mental state improving with the state of the base. Actually, still got this over here, right? Let's clean our holiday bloodstains. Although leaving these would be a great gag for the next person to arrive here. I'm kind of disappointed that I'm not leaving it now. Look at that! It's like you're riding a unicycle. I look for entertainment where I can. Anyway, we can take this badly damaged thing, full of grossness. Even our very first error is in here. And we'll use this as a temporary container for scrap. We'll move some other things up to deal with that. There we go. Just fit as much as we can. Look, it's a snow day. We have to shovel ourselves out so we can get to our vehicles and do our work in the morning. Man, working under my own shadow like that gives me real paranoia. In fact, I really do feel like the one night shift janitor on duty in the old building in this hallway. Oddly enough, this is one of the ones that feels the most like work. I mean, can you imagine doing this for days and weeks alone? If you're somebody like me, you would constantly feel eyes over your shoulder. 4 eyes, even. Wow, we really are bleeding all over the place. I don't even know where this one came from. Oh, it must be from when I hit the door. Another casualty of Krampus. You know, every once in a while, you look back at your whole day. Do you ever have those days where so much happens, where all throughout the day you keep looking back and thinking, oh man, I can't believe there's no sleep, no pause between that moment and this. And the longer your day goes on, the more surreal that feeling gets. This has been one of those days. But I do think we've gotten over a lot of the big humps here. And I know I keep saying that, but even just the symbolic victory of having the base cleaned up so much in such short order is huge for me, and, well, we've got direction for exploration again. I'm so fascinated by that new place over in the Forbidden Zone. And yes, I will exclusively be referring to it as the Forbidden Zone now. Dr. Kel's a nerd. Maybe I'm projecting a little bit, but I feel like Kel would be pretty ecstatic in this moment. Thought this would be a boring, menial job to just get away from people, but in reality, we've discovered that there's a whole world of weird out there, and now we've got the means to go discover it. Heck, what am I talking about? We don't just have the means to discover it. We've got the means to prove it, too. You know, I had actually recorded a pretty good outro earlier, but I ended up playing a bit more, so why don't we just leave old me to sign off, both in-universe and out. Hello everyone, Dr. Kel here, and welcome back once again to my time here at the base. I have seen so many crazy things, and I can't even begin to describe them. I've had an even harder time catching them on film, but I'm really hoping that I'll be able to share all this with you when I get out. And if I don't get out, well, I hope it can all be shared with you anyway. Don't let them cover it up, and keep seeking the truth. Dr. Kel out, and if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.